Now we turn to India's most fiscally irresponsible neighbour, Pakistan. The country has never been great at managing finances. Over the years, it has had to seek multiple bailouts from the International Monetary Fund, or the IMF. Since the year 1958, Pakistan has received 23 IMF bailouts, 23, which is the highest for any country in the world. And now it is looking for bailout number 24. Islamabad got a deal in the month of July. The IMF said it would grant a $7 billion in loans. It would grant Pakistan $7 billion in loans over the course of 3 years. This was a staff-level agreement. A final approval was still required from the IMF's executive board. That approval keeps getting delayed. It was first scheduled for August, then early September, and now it could come by the 18th of this month. If it comes at all, that is. So it's not a done deal. And all these delays have left Islamabad anxious. The government has started lashing out. Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar made a statement over the weekend. He said, and I'm quoting, "In the past 2.5 years, attempts have been made to sabotage Pakistan's critical negotiations with the IMF. There was geopolitics at play when Pakistan was close to default. Why shouldn't I raise a finger when our technical review is complete? Why are they wasting our time?" Now, Ishaq Dar is not a nobody. He's Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister. He's also their Foreign Affairs Minister, and he has been Finance Minister 4 times in the past, which means that he probably had to negotiate about half a dozen of these bailouts himself. Ishaq Dar says that a game is afoot and that the IMF is intentionally delaying the bailout approval. He barely stopped short of saying that the IMF wants Pakistan to fail. Now, the IMF, we know, is no angel. It has caused its fair share of problems across the world. But does the lender really want to topple Pakistan's government? Well, that seems a bit far-fetched. A simpler explanation is that the IMF is angry with Pakistan's politicians for spending money that they do not have on things like new subsidies, or for failing to control debt in key industries like the country's crippled power sector, or maybe the IMF just wants Islamabad to stick to agreed-upon terms, like getting other lenders to roll over some existing debt, other lenders like China. Rolling over debt means delaying your payments or renegotiating the terms of your loan because you're unable to pay. This was a precondition for IMF bailout number 24. But Pakistan has not managed to convince the likes of China to roll over its debt. So why should the IMF board approve the latest bailout? But perhaps Ishaq Dar is correct. There may really be an attempt to sabotage the IMF deal. However, the saboteurs are not the International Monetary Fund. They are Pakistan's irresponsible politicians themselves who keep putting political gain above the country's long-term stability. After this tirade against the IMF, Dar went off on a different tangent. He took part in his party's favourite pastime, criticising Imran Khan. Imran Khan is Pakistan's former Prime Minister who is currently in jail. He was arrested last year. And he's been facing one case after another. Every time he gets bail, another case magically pops up. Imran Khan says he's facing some 150 cases, and because of that, he has been in jail for 400 days now. He crossed that milestone yesterday, 400 days in jail. So his supporters decided to take to the streets. A massive rally took place in Islamabad yesterday. Thousands of people gathered, and they put forth an ultimatum.
पाकिस्तानियों सुन लो, 1 से 2 हफ्ते में कानूनी तौर पर इमरान खान रिहा ना हुआ तो खुदा की कसम हम इमरान खान को भी खुद रिहा करेंगे। तैयार हो? तैयार हो? हक के लिए तैयार हो? मैं आपको लीड करूंगा। मैं आपको लीड करूंगा। पहली गोली मैं खाऊंगा। आगे मैं हूंगा। पीछे नहीं हटना।
इंशाल्लाह खान साहब के आवाज से लब्बैक कहेंगे और खान साहब बहुत जल्द इंशाल्लाह ताला रिहा होंगे। ये सारी कौम गवाही दे रही है कि ये सारी कौम किसके साथ है? पेटी नंबर 804 के साथ है।
Pakistan is facing an economic crisis with the IMF bailout delay, and now the government is gearing up for a political standoff. They've been given an ultimatum, 2 weeks to set Imran Khan free. They probably won't be doing that. So we could see clashes in the weeks ahead. Will things turn around then? Or will Pakistan's problems just get worse? Either way, we'll be tracking it for you.